An escaped kangaroo has been reunited with its owners after it was spotted hopping around the pool area of a Florida apartment block. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office released this thermal video taken from a police helicopter. It is legal to keep kangaroos in Florida as long as they are properly registered. Well, that must have been quite the sight.
Thanks very much, Jane. The focus has changed from snow to rain and flooding, and this was a Weather Watcher picture taken earlier on today in Leicestershire, and it's been a combination of heavy rain, in some cases snow melt, that has led to the large number of flood warnings that we have at the moment, most of them actually in the Midlands and southern England. But the weekend does look like it should be a bit drier. Now, today we've got this weather front moving northwards, taking some wetter weather into Scotland. Following that, we've got some bands of showers. The colder areas becoming restricted to Scotland today, with temperatures rising elsewhere. And areas like this in Staffordshire, where we've seen some snow, we're seeing the snow melting. And because we've got warmer air coming over the cold ground, we've also got mist fog and hill fog around some of those northern hills of England and perhaps Northern Ireland as well.
Good afternoon. We've had a lot of rain over the last 24 hours or so. Some locations recorded 20 to 30 millimetres. We still have several flood alerts in place issued by the Environment Agency. Of course, today's showers have been adding to yesterday's rainfall, localised flooding potentially, but the cloud has been breaking and we have had some brighter spells, some glimpses of sunshine. Now, this afternoon, there's further heavy showers, but the temperature is managing to hold out. It's still going to feel mild.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. Yes, it has been a mild one across much of the capital through today. A few bright spells here and there, but for most of us, we've still seen a scattering of showers, and the showers will continue as we go into the weekend. A mixture of sunny spells and scattered showers, but we continue this mild theme that we've had over the last few days. So if you're looking to go out and about, the best day through the weekend looks to be Saturday. There could be some bright spells around. Watch out for the showers on Sunday. A few brighter spells return into the new working week. Bye-bye.
Hello, thank you, Jane. It's been a quieter day of weather today. Yesterday we were talking about falling snow. Today we're talking about the snow melt, and there's certainly been a lot of flooding. We've seen some heavy rain across many areas, of course, last night, and particularly wet conditions across parts of the Midlands at the moment. 93 flood warnings in place across England and Wales, a few hundred flood alerts. But the good news is it should be a much drier weekend in stores. Hello. Thank you, Alice. Well, it was a much nicer day of weather today, wasn't it, than we saw yesterday. Lots of standing water around. There are a number of flood alerts across the capital, of course. We did see some brighter skies, and that general theme continues over the weekend. So, yes, there will be some sunshine around, but also the chance of a few showers, particularly towards eastern areas, actually, as we head towards the end of the day.
Hello there. The snow that's now falling is restricted to the hills of Scotland. Elsewhere, well, we've seen some rain around. That has led to some flooding. This is the picture earlier on in Cambridgeshire. Together with the heavy rain, of course, there's been some snow melt, and that's why there are so many flood warnings. Most of the flood warnings still across the Midlands and southern England. The numbers may drop this weekend. It looks like it should be turning a bit drier. At the moment, though, this weather front is pushing northwards, taking wetter weather northwards, particularly into Scotland. And this is where we've got the last of the colder air. Elsewhere, we've seen temperatures rising in the milder air as it's moved its way northwards. And with those rising temperatures, so some of the snow has been melting. This was the picture earlier on in Staffordshire.
And it's been a bit of a busy week, hasn't it, Becky?
Yes, I come to work for a bit of me time, for a break. It's been such a busy week. It's been such a busy week. It's really kept us on our toes. And we've still got, of course, this issue with the snow. We do still have a weather warning for snow across northern parts of Scotland, and that's in force until 3 o'clock tomorrow. So definitely some wintry hazards continuing for that. But elsewhere, from across the south and sweeping northwards, of course, we've got some slightly milder air moving in. So we've got snow melt to contend with, and also we've had an awful lot of rain as well. Now, the rain was particularly heavy for some, and as you can see here, we are earlier on in Martlesham near Ipswich in Suffolk, some really high water levels. And of course, with all that rain continuing, the runoff from the fields as well, it is going to continue. So the Environment Agency have updated their website We've got a lot of flood alerts and flood warnings in force across the UK. They're mostly, though, across those central and eastern areas. And if you are concerned about this, you can log on to the Environment Agency website for the very latest where you are. Now, we are expecting this very unsettled picture continue over the next few days. I wouldn't normally show you this. This is actually a sequence from our briefing stack in the morning that we get, but it really tells the story quite nicely. Low pressure, associated frontal systems, rain continuing over the next few days. So these problems with rain and the high water levels continue. To be honest, it's all a little bit of a mess. Let's have a look at the forecast. So let's have a little look then at this little bit of a mess forecast. It's not going to be all bad this weekend. We definitely will be seeing some brightness, so don't worry too much. There's always something to smile about, but we are inevitably going to be seeing this still very mobile pattern of weather where we've got showers or longer spells of rain. They're mostly across the more northern areas. Some sunny spells. I think probably for most it'll be better on Saturday than Sunday for most, and also quite mild as well, as I mentioned, that mild air starting to flood in from the south. So a bit of a mess. It's going to be mild, windy and also fairly wet, potentially getting cold for next weekend. But aside from the weather, you and I'm sure, are both worried that our kids are going to be watching and asking for a pet kangaroo.
Probably, yes. Thanks, Becky. Thanks.